3 ways good men can know if your wife is accusing you of being a narcissist. 3 ways to know that you are not. The first is that when you go to work, you're out in public, you're interacting with your colleagues or employees, if you own a business, how you interact with your friends or strangers out in public. In other words, any other place than your marriage, then you can see how you interact with people being caring and caring about others, being collaborative, caring about how others feel and considering their feelings, wanting to do a good job in all that you do, appreciating others and their contribution to the whole. In other words, you get along with basically just about anyone. That if that's you, outside your marriage and out in the public, whether that be at work or with your friends or, like I said, strangers or other people you know outside your marriage, and you can get along with just about anybody, and you see how you interact out in the world, that's one way to know you are not a narcissist, as your wife is accusing you that you are. The second way a good man can know he is not a narcissist is you don't see your wife as a narcissist. You're unable to see and spot these behaviors that I talk about on the channel. You can't see the emasculation or the gaslighting or the manipulation, which is part of why you're here and you're getting your own red pill to wake up and see the truth of what's really happening in the marriage and getting out of the brainwashing that you are the problem and the sole problem in the relationship. That in that, good men are totally blinded because they don't have the inner workings that we have as a woman and our manipulations and emasculation and gaslighting and how we show up in a relationship with a good man. So you can't see it because good men are not wired that way. Good men are even-keeled, good-natured, predictable, measurable, stable, emotionally regulated. They're problem solvers, and that's the inner working of a good man. So that's why a good man can't see what's happening in his marriage and how his wife is manipulating him into being the problem, and a good man buys into that. So as a good man, if you can't see it in your wife, and you've needed this channel or other context to wake up and see the reality in your marriage, or you still make excuses for your wife's behaviors and you look at her past and her upbringing and the things that have happened to her in her life and believe that's the cause of why she is the way that she is, and give her those excuses and enable her in that, in the way that you love and adore your wife, that's another way that you can know you're not a narcissist. The third way a good man can know that he's not what his wife is telling him and being a narcissist is that you've actually gone to see a therapist or a psychologist to go through tests to identify and see if you're a narcissist. I can't tell you the men who have reached out to me who are in this situation and circumstance where their wife has accused them of being a narcissist buy into that story and what they're being told and go explore it and try to figure it out. Am I a narcissist? I don't know. I didn't think I was. And then they will actually go to a therapist or actually go to a psychologist and go through testing to find out. True narcissists. And in that extreme form are not willing. They are not willing. They're unwilling to even entertain the idea that they might be a narcissist. So if you're a good man and you've bought into the story and you're trying to figure it out, and how am I a narcissist, and trying to work on yourself, I don't want to be a narcissist, you can know you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't do that. So those are 3 ways to know this is how you know you're not. So again, number one, you get along with others outside of your marriage and are very easy to get along with, care about others, or have concern about their feelings, want to do a good job, want to be collaborative and work with others. That's one way. Again, number two, that you love your wife and you can't see her narcissistic ways. And number three, that if your wife has accused you of being a narcissist, you've actually looked into it and tried to figure out if you are. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and you want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And the Happiness Program teaches you to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself so that you can be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take back the power you've unknowingly given away to your wives, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. And the course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Again, thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.